The renewable energy portfolio standard has been under attack ever since it was passed in 2007. And every year there's an attempt to unspool it. I think that will come up again this year. I don't know whether they'll have the votes to do that, but it's a perennial issue now.
A lot of this will be driven by the new Secretary of Department of Environmental Quality, Michael Regan. Tell us about him.
Well, he has extensive experience in the EPA as an air quality guy, indoor radiation and indoor air quality. He also spent many years at the Environmental Defense Fund. So he comes from a deep background and with scientific expertise. He also is a native North Carolinian. He's from Goldsboro. He also has a very strong commitment to environmental justice. He is African American, and a lot of his work at EDF was dealing with environmental justice and climate change and renewable energy and trying to make sure that people in low-income communities have energy that's affordable through even efficiency. So he comes from a very different side of the issue than the former Secretary Donald Vandervaart or even former Secretary John Skvarla.
He runs a department that is funded by the General Assembly, and you recently wrote about what has happened to the funding and where that money has moved. Tell us does he have the resources to do the job that he might want to do?
I don't think he does right now. I think the enforcement, the monitoring, the scientific staff needs a lot more money. How much, I don't know. But there are a lot of positions vacant. There have been a lot of positions that have been cut, and they can't do their job. And I truly believe that the folks in the trenches at DEQ want to protect the environment. They want to be able to do their jobs. But if you go to many of these DEQ meetings or subcommittee meetings, you'll often hear, well, we don't have the funding. We can't do the monitoring for that. We don't have enough money for air quality monitors. And so, meanwhile, we have a lot more lawyers at the agency.
And Regan is going to have to be confirmed by the state Senate, which is the first time that has happened. And it seems from some of the rumblings on the right that might not be smooth.
I don't think it'll be smooth. I think they're going to make allegations that EDF is radical, which they are not. And I think that's really the only thing they have to go on. I don't think, his tenure at the EPA was not controversial. And it will be hard to argue against a native North Carolinian from a very underrepresented part of the state in terms of issues. But I think EDF is where they're going to try to get in.